Okay.
I tell him that whatever the other giant's name,
Yeah.
Endymion or whatever, told Oscar to get something.
Something, not someone.
All right. So, do we want to search these giants, or do we want to go down and check the rest of town and see if they've got it under control?
Mountain's all about searching to see what they got first, and then we go take care of that stuff. The militia's got it pretty well handled.
You search them. I'll go. I'll go help those guys. Go help the militia.
Go with stick.
Yeah, I'll go with stick.
I'm gonna pull out the rod of Vod and Dodd and use it here.
Okay. So as you use the rod, you see that both the rod points towards Barry, but you also feel this sensation where it points towards the center of town.
I'm gonna go towards that.
Alrighty. So I just want to make sure Melton's searching the bodies. William is running to the center of town, and the remaining three are going over to help the rest of the town.
Yes.
Yeah, we're splitting the party because that's the smartest thing we can do.
Hey,
Just wanted to check. Just
called a sub-split.
I just wanted to make sure that we were all on the
Who
same
knows,
page.
Maybe the fighting is in the center of town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I
Go
don't
ahead
know.
and- I'll go ahead and do one more cure wounds on.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Oh, nice.
When,
Max.
when in doubt, split the party.
Yeah, nice,
Hey.
Max.
It means you can't be totally wiped.
I love splitting the party. I think it's a great idea.
I will go with Stig and them because I'm not going to let them go die on their own. Assuming that it's going to take more than 2 rounds to get to wherever we're going to go fight at. So,
All right, fair enough. So back on the main map, just to kind of show locations and whatnot, because it makes it easy for this. Oops. So William, it actually leads you to that location. All right, and the rest of the group, Melton, I'll use your token to mark. You guys come over to this side street here. You see that the militia is fighting off. As you get there, they're pretty much surrounded the last Axbeak as well as the orc. You see there's several Orogs there as well that they head down. No giants that you see, and no of the fire creatures either. You see they've downed about 12 orcs as well as 6 Axbeaks, probably their riders as well. Delanthra is Durantha Shendel is there, and she's kind of finishing things up, and she looks back, and you hear her kind of breathe. She's like, "Did you guys get them? Did you get everything else?"
We took down the giants at least.
Excellent. I had heard reports that there was maybe some more giants coming. You didn't see anything, did you?
No, not where we were at on the northern side of the city.
She kind of nods to you and kind of bends over a little bit, puts both hands on her legs, and takes a couple deep breaths, and then stands up and walks over to one of the orcs with her long sword and chops off its head as the head goes rolling. She's like, "Damn foul creatures! Why do you think they're here?"
Well, I was about to ask you that. Why would they be invaded the town? You said that they haven't been a nuisance.
They haven't. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, we would expect maybe 1 or 2, like orc attacks and things, but we've never had anything like this. Doesn't make any sense.
Melton, didn't you say that they were looking for something?
man, yeah, they were looking for something.
What?
Where did William go?
You guys look around. You don't see William at all. And she's like, "Well, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, the town has nothing. I mean, there's nothing here. I don't know. It's like a lot of buildings that kind of got destroyed. And as you look around, you see there's a lot of buildings that have kind of been ransacked and torn up on the east side of town here. And then you obviously see the buildings over there on the north side that were torn up as well." She's like, I just don't understand. Silly. She starts like searching the bodies and whatnot. William, you continue to follow the rod, and as it continues to walk you through the town itself, and you get into this large sort of area in the center of this campground, and it just sort of sits there. That seems to be where it wants to be, and it kind of points down to the ground itself.
I'm gonna use it to mark a big ol' X in the ground. I assume it's dirt.
Yeah, it's dirt. Yeah, it's hard dirt. This is kind of like where caravans will camp. You see there's some caravans here and whatnot. So you make a large mark in the dirt with it. All right, sounds good.
And I'll go back to the group.
All righty. And then you kind of see William kind of coming up the street as, obviously she's killing off or making sure that these creatures are dead.
Alright, guys, I found something good. It might be why they invaded the village. Underground, though. Might have to dig.
Well, yeah, you're a good digger. Go ahead and dig.
Oh, I have a shovel. Wait a second. Did I? No, I don't got a shovel. Well, how's it going up here? Is the fighting over?
Appears to be.
Alright, now, do we tell the town about this adamantium object? Or do we just want to dig this up ourselves?
Probably safer being in Lord's Alliance's hands.
I agree.
Alright, well, we're gonna need some shovels.
So Taratha's just running around murdering
Yeah.
anything that's left alive.
Pretty much. And you notice that she's like cutting their heads off. Each one of the orcs in Orog, she's just chopping their heads off as she runs around. You see people in the town are coming up to her and whatnot. As she finishes with the last orc, she kind of turns around and sort of nods, almost satisfactory, and then she kind of comes back, and you notice that there's several militiamen that appear to have died, and she's kind of going from body to body now, sort of saying some word privately to each of them as she bends down.
I'll try to help any of them that are wounded.
Yeah, it sounds good. So there's probably, we'll say, let's see. Wow. So there's the remaining 7 are pretty badly wounded. You see that they've got cuts and whatnot. So yeah, there's 7 others that are wounded. You could either do a medicine to bandage them up, or if you want to cast something, you could do that too.
I don't have any. I'll just bandage them up.
Sounds good.
Just try to stabilize them.
Yeah.
Melton will go back and help the giants with their loot and the orcs and orogs with their loot.
All right, sounds good. All right, so Melton kind of disappears.
You said there were 7 of them?
Yes, there's 7. Yep.
I'll do medicine checks and
Yeah,
I can cast 1 cure wound on someone who's
like dying or yeah, gotcha. So none of them are probably gonna need a cure wounds necessarily, but if you both want to just roll a medicine check for each of you, that'll help determine how many are helped with that.
I'll help them out with that
Yep,
too.
go ahead. You can, all 3 of you can roll.
I'll do my part and look for a shovel.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Can I just use my healer's kit?
You absolutely can use your healer's kit if you want to use it. You're more than welcome to.
Okay.
That being said, Relenia, you are able to bandage about 4 of them yourself. Stig, you can get 1. And then,
I'll use
Relenia, I'm
healer's
sorry.
kit too.
Relenia does 4 of them. Stig can do 1, sorry. Yeah, if you want to use your healer's kit, you're more than welcome to. Sorry, William, what were you going to do, buddy?
Look for a shovel.
Okay, yep. So you're looking for a shovel.
It's a farm town, yeah.
it
If they're not
is.
out, I'd probably just go to the shop.
Yep.
Just roll on in.
So, and then Melton, you go back and kind of search. The Orogs and the Orcs don't have anything really of value. The giants, the first giant, has a lot in his bag.
Must have been an adventure.
Got a lot of this bag.
He's got a lot of stuff in his bag. So, as you open up the bag, you find a bag of salt. You find a dented metal helm. You find 1 piece of red dragon scale. You find a riding saddle, 50 feet of rope, a cloak, And the weirdest thing is when you open the bag, a sheep jumped out and ran down the road.
Yeah.
I'll take the cloak, the dented helmet, and the dragon scale because I know William wants it.
Yeah. Could make an eye patch. Yeah.
It's a big eye patch. Make a
Yeah, it's more like a head patch.
right, or a yeah. All right. And then the other giant. Let's see what he had. Hang on 1 second. He has his own bag as well. Oh, not quite as good, but still. Let's see what he's got in his.
I was trying to catch that live sheep and take the riding saddle and put it on there. I can ride the sheep back.
Sure. Can you give me a grapple check?
That's not going to go so good, but that's okay.
That's all right. He's not so good either. Oh, he rolled pretty well though.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
All right, sounds good. Roll at advantage. Oh!
Ah,
So you try to grab it, but he's too slippery and he's missing a little fur, so he's just been clipped, so he's not able to grab onto anything. You said dragon scale, metal helm. What else?
and the
Rope
yeah, I take the rope and the shabby cloak.
and the shabby cloak. I think I dragged it all into your inventory. Should all be there. All right, and the other one. There is a tombstone in there that says, here rests... Crap. Oh,
That's crap.
no.
Whoa.
How can I not remember his name? All right, there's a tombstone. It's written in a language you can't quite identify. There's a tent, which appears to be the size that can fit 4 humanoids in it. And you find a 3-foot tall idol that appears to be some sort of a giant type thing with what looks like flames coming out of its head. It's as tall as you.
Yeah, can't do,
What's that again? Can't take it?
I can't take that.
All right. Oh, that frustrates me to no end. Give me a minute. I'll remember what his name is. All right. And the rest of you, so you guys have gone around, done your healing. William, you found a shovel. It was pretty easy to find. It's a farm. So there's lots of shovels laying around. You're going to go over and dig it up?
Yep. Start digging. Right in the X.
All right. And I remember the tombstone now. I apologize. It took me a second. The tombstone says, "Here lies Kursk." Took me a while. Sorry.
Is that from a previous campaign?
It's from his first. That's his first character. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's
I
way
apologize.
back. Now we know where he went after the campaign.
It was right around this area too.
He rode the avatar of Tiamat down the shaft.
Right. Exactly. Do you want the tent?
Stabbing her as he went.
I'll give you the tent too. All right.
I'll look for a shovel and take it over to William.
Okay. All right. So you and William are both over there now shoveling. Melton is up the road pilfering giants. You guys look and you see a statue. He's kind of propped up along the side there. And then I have Relenia and Barry are still back kind of tending to the wounded.
Yep.
Alrighty. As William and Stig, you guys are kind of digging through the dirt. You're digging down. And you notice that the rod continues to kind of point down into the dirt itself. As Relenia and Barry, you guys are finishing healing up, Drothra comes up to you and she says, "Thanks for the help, everybody. Appreciate it."
We're happy
Oh,
to do whatever
you're
we
welcome.
can.
I'm sorry that so many of your people had to die.
It doesn't make sense. I don't understand. Like, we don't bother anybody. The giants have been working in the fields for weeks. We've known they're there, but we haven't bothered them. They haven't bothered us. I just don't get it.
But it seems like they've been attacking villages and towns all over the Sword Coast.
I know, and we used to. I mean, there's giants that have come through here that have been friendly. I mean, I don't understand what's happened. Like, why are they doing this? I just don't get it. It's weird. I don't know. She seems a little conflicted for a second, and then she kind of looks to you and she says, "I know somebody that maybe can help."
Who is that?
An old friend of mine. It's a ways away, though. He's in Everlund. I think if you see him, he may have some idea of what's going on. He's part of the Harpers. His name is Drow. Well, that's who's the person who's the protector of the person you need to talk to, anyways.
Where can we find him?
So, I need you to go to Danavar's house. That's what it's called. That's the gentleman that you need to meet. Drow is kind of his sort of. He's the proprietor of the place. They're part of the Harpers, and she kind of reaches over and she pulls out of her pocket a kind of like a little bit of a badge, a symbol, and it's a platinum badge, and it has the Tribor insignia on it, the 3 boars charging forward, and she hands it to you. And she says, "I know you just came from Yartar, but you'd have to go back through Yartar. It's up near the Evermoors. He probably will give you a lot of help. You definitely are the group from the Golden Fields. There's no doubt about that. Nobody could take down giants like you have. He has ways to get around the area. May have more information for you too. I'd highly recommend it. Not to mention, I want him to know that they attacked Tribor. I can't leave. I need to protect the town, of course."
Of course. Is he a Harper also?
Yeah, he's a Harper. Drow is too. Drow doesn't allow anybody to know that, but if you hand him this coin, he'll understand.
Well, I will tell the rest of the group, and we'll decide if that's the right direction for us to head.
That's fair. Thanks for patching up my men, too. I appreciate it. And if you figure anything out, please send a message or send a word on why they attacked us. We're going to have to get more guards, I think.
Of course.
She continues to go back and continues to kind of work on the people that are there on the ground.
Erlania, you want to go see if we can find William and Stig?
Yeah, let's round everybody up here.
Right, we'll head back to the center of town.
As you do, she kind of looks back to you and she sort of puts her hand over her chest, puts it over the symbol, and she kind of yells, "Don't forget, Danavar's house in Everlund. Find Drow, please." Whoops. Let me put that in regular so everybody can see it.
I heard that all the way over here in the center.
So you kind of come around and you see William and Stig. They've made pretty good progress. They're probably about 2 or 3 feet into the dirt digging down. And then you see Melton's kind of slowly coming up the passageway. Melton, unless you're up the road, unless you have anything else that you're looking for.
I'm dragging it, like I got everything low on the cloak, and I'm dragging it along behind me.
All right. And William and Stig, it was a really weird thing. A sheep went running down the road. You don't know what that was all about. But then you see Melton coming, and maybe it all makes sense now.
And I look at it, and I'm like, William, I got something for you.
What do you got? Something good from those giants?
Yeah. I found this dragon scale.
Oh, what color is this? You said it was red?
It is red, yep.
Oh, an evil dragon. Okay.
And I got you a helmet so you can protect your head so the giants don't beat on it no more.
This thing looks like crap. Looks like they already beat on it.
So it looks like a pot, actually.
Oh, no.
Oh no, we had all the rage there in Gracklestone.
Yeah, Melton's seen these before in Gracklestug. He's well aware of the pod helmets.
And oh yeah, that's cloak for you, but it's kind of big. It's made for a giant.
Shabby cloak. How big is this cloak?
It's about 15 feet long.
Jesus, this thing will drag on the ground.
You'll have a train. You'll look like a royal.
Yeah, maybe it can be a bed sheet. Well, back to digging.
All right. So you all continue to dig and dig and dig, and as you get down, about 12 feet or so, you hit something that sounds like metal. Dunk.
Sick, boys, it's the treasure.
It's treasure.
Alright, now let's start digging this out.
So as you dig, you find a metal, looks very finely crafted ring, but the ring itself is about 6 feet in diameter. It's made of a very black metal that goes all the way around of adamantine. But the far end of the ring is broken. It's kind of cracked and there's a piece missing out of it. So it's about 90% intact.
Any inscriptions at all on this ring?
No inscriptions at all. However, who has the best arcana?
I don't know. Are any of us intelligence?
I have Arcana learned.
Okay.
I got +2, that's it.
All right. Barry, why don't you go ahead and give me an arcana check? Yikes. You want to re-roll that again?
Yeah, I think I would.
Okay.
I was thinking about the wrong thing.
Yeah, I think so. All right, that's better.
Melton, do you have a good Arcana?
Yeah, I don't have Arcana, but I could give it a try.
Alrighty.
I'll take a look at it.
This looks like it came from like a bigger piece of something else.
Yeah, it says it was a part of an enormous construct, and I know these kind of things.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got from it too.
Ah, not a nose ring then. Alright. Well,
That'd have to be a really big giant.
That would, wouldn't it?
well, this must be why they attacked this town. It matches up with the other places attacked. Looking for something. Rod led to it.
I did hear there's, I think, one in Billiard that said that there were fire giants digging around here. Yeah, must be what they were after.
Good. We're finally a step ahead of them. I'll use the rod one more time, make sure there's like not anything else, maybe even deeper.
Okay. No, the rod appears to point towards this that you have in your hand, as well as it points towards Barry and her amulet.
When he does that, I just cast light on myself, so
Okay,
I
nice.
can see it's coming at me.
Can any of you guys cast detect magic and see if if any of this stuff is magical, or see if that's magical?
Who's our magic man?
I can. Did we get that crossbow? That fancy crossbow?
I did. It's here. I'll pull it out and show Melton and Stig.
Okay, alrighty, gotcha.
I'll ritual cast.
So that's the crossbow. As you're kind of doing your ritual cast, you see a female kind of wanders around, and she goes, "Oh my, what is that?" And she comes running over as you're holding this big ring. "Wow, that is really nice."
Do you know what it is?
I don't. But I'll pay you for it. I'll pay a lot.
What? You don't even know what it is. Why would you want this?
That thing is gorgeous. Look at that adamantine. Do you know how much adamantine that is?
Well, it's not for sale. This is important to us.
I'll give you 5,000 gold for that.
That's a lot of
Can I
money.
get an idea if she knows what it is and she's just
Sure.
BSing us?
Yeah,
We
insight's
got-
fine.
We got 3,000 gold for some sock puppets.
Do we recognize this lady? Have we met her?
You have not met her, actually. She's very well put together. Now that you've kind of asked, you see that she does have what looks like a gold lion inscribed on the side of her vest. Barry, she's seems like she doesn't really know like what it is, but she seems to be almost enthralled with the with it. She's seems truthful that she doesn't know what it is. And Stig, you get fairly the same idea.
I kind of ease over to Stig and I say, is that ring magical?
He's got a few more minutes left.
Yeah, all right. Give me a couple minutes.
Oh, okay.
So she's like, oh, God, that thing is awesome. Really good. She's like, can I touch it?
I guess that should be fine.
She kind of takes her hand and she just sort of rubs it slowly over it, just kind of putting her hand on it. And she's like, this is awesome. I can't believe. Feel the adamantine. I mean, you feel it kind of, it takes the heat away from your hand. It's awesome.
Is it cold?
It is cold, yeah.
Naturally cold?
No, it's what you would expect.
Forget, is adamantium inherently a magical metal? Or is it just super rare?
I think it's just super rare.
Do you know if there's any more adamantium like this around in this?
I haven't seen any adamantine around here ever. Most of it comes from either the spine of the world or sometimes from Anarok, the desert to the east. But otherwise, it's very, very rare. If I would have known it was here, I would have dug this up forever ago. How'd you know, anyways?
That is private information.
There was
Hey,
an
did-
X here.
Did either of the giants have one of those rods on them?
Oh, they did. I'm sorry. They had two. Each of them had a rod.
What?
maybe
Mine's
we
not
could-
special.
Oh, only one had a rod. Sorry, one had a rod. Yep, I was wrong.
Maybe we could sell her one of the rods instead.
Are the rods made of adamantium?
They're not.
I thought so.
Oh, yeah, they are. You're right. Yep, they are made of adamantium. You're right.
Oh, man. Well, personally, as a blacksmith, I think we should keep all the adamantium, because adamantium armor is really good. You can't be crit if you're wearing adamantium armor.
Malton, I'll give you one of those rods. So you already know what it is, so it's in your inventory.
Aren't they really heavy?
2 pounds, I think they were.
Wow, 2 pounds? I thought they were
Or
6.
no, they're 100. They're 100 pounds. They just didn't
Yeah.
fix the weight.
That's why William was carrying it.
Yep, and
Yeah,
they're 4
but I
feet long.
cannot carry 2. Well, actually,
Good,
Well,
good thing
you
I
could
could
put-
drag 240.
You could put one in the bag of holding.
we don't have a bag of holding.
The haversack, will it fit in the haversack? I can't remember how big the haversack. Oh, it's 4 feet
probably
long.
won't.
Yeah, it's 4
Yeah,
feet
it won't
long.
fit in the haversack. Well, we could strap it to a horse.
Or a sheep.
Did you
I mean,
put it in
I
my
could
inventory?
hold it. I'm at 393 and I have 540 carry weight. So
I did put it in your inventory.
I drag and throw it in the party inventory. I'm like, here, I found all these rods.
So there's a large pile of stuff there.
All right, let me see what we got in here.
Oh, and that onyx necklace with an R engraved.
Yep,
we-
is gone, right? Yep.
Yeah, we
Thank
gave
you.
that away.
Thanks for catching that.
I wonder why the giants would need this. And I say that in front of this woman.
Sure. She's like, why? Giants? What do you mean the Giants want this?
Did you not see the giants running around the town?
Yeah, of course I did. Absolutely, I saw the Giants.
Well, that's one of the reasons we can't sell this to you. It'll mark you. And they'll come looking for you.
Oh, well, I think it may be worth it.
So what to you?
Yeah,
We can't sell this.
It's fine. 5,500 gold.
that's pretty good.
I think you
Sell
could. I
this.
think you could do better than that.
Buy a big old mansion with that. Make our own faction.
We don't even know what it is yet. We can't sell it.
Faction of Giant Slayer.
Well, I just we're buying time for Stig to get his magic stuff going on.
Aaron, talk some sense into your.
So you guys are all talking. Stig, you're able to finish your spell, and you recognize that the crossbow does have magical effects to it, and and you hear the young lady says, she's like, you know what, 5,000 gold. That's all I'm going to pay. And I don't want that rod. You can keep the rod. I heard you talking about it.
It's not for sale.
What?
Yep, sorry.
You got to be kidding me. Hey, don't go over to Erlam and sell it. You understand me? I'll be very upset. If he offers you more, let me know. I'll pay more.
I just killed a frost giant. I'm not worried about you being upset.
All right, fair enough. Says, well, nice to meet you
Fire
all.
giant.
What was your name?
Oh, Alestra, Olger, nice to meet you.
Alestra. Wait.
What? Deal. She yells back, Narth, go get the gems. She's like, I'm more than happy to take that off your hands. I'm really glad you're going to sell it to me.
We are not. I need
Well-
to know if you remember or know Darthag.
Yeah, of course I do.
Well, we've got bad news for you, and I hate to do this in the middle of the night, in the middle of a battle or post-battle.
What? He's, like, married?
To the dirt.
What?
Oh wow.
Oh, that was smooth.
Oh. You mean, like, dirt?
He unfortunately passed away in Goldenfield when the hill giants and other things attacked.
You're kidding me, right? Yeah, I mean, this can't be true. He usually
This is not
said,
a joking matter.
oh my god. Is everything okay there? Like, his stuff and everything?
Well, I didn't really check out his store, but
She's like, she yells, Narth, come here. And you see Narth is a gentleman who kind of walks up and kind of looks at her, older gentleman. And she's like, he bit it. You need to go to Goldenfields, take over his shop. Get out of here. Take the next horse. And she says, thanks for telling me. I don't want that shop to go unnoticed. It's one of our best shops that we have. I really appreciate that.
so you don't seem too shooken up that he's gone.
Well, as they say, right? Rock always tumbles one way or the other, so it's all good. We'll get the store under control. I just wish I'd known weeks ago. I heard about the Goldenfield attack, but man, that shop hasn't had anybody for weeks. We're losing money.
Wow. Real humanitarian here.
Anyways, if you decide to sell that, just come on back to the store, okay? She points over to the large building red arrows there. She's like, I can't believe that that I don't have. I have to fix up the side, and you see like a little bit of rock damage that's there. She's like, can you believe they threw a rock at this? I can't believe it. It's going to take a lot of money to fix this. And she continues to walk away.
Well, we have a lot of adamantium.
It's magical too.
But the ring?
Yeah.
Remember, it's a large ring, right?
What kind of... Can he detect, like, the class of magic?
So I think no, it just has a lingering magical aura. And the ring, remember how big it is, right?
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang that around your neck, or
We'll figure something out.
all right.
What about the crossbow?
Oh,
All our items, actually.
yeah, that's okay. We'll make it work. Okay, so for the crossbow, it's magical. Yep.
I just realized that skull actually looks like a flaming skull enemy.
It does, doesn't it? Like a flame skull? Yeah.
Maybe it's shooting, they shoot little scorching rays out. Maybe it's that. It's like made out of one.
Well, you saw it shoot something out at you, didn't you?
You did.
Can you even fire that thing, Melton? Can you shoot little firebolts?
I don't know. Let's see. I'll grab it up and take a shot with it.
Okay. So there's no bolt in it, so you just kind of pull the trigger.
Yeah, pull the trigger.
Yep. So it goes doink, and just like you would expect for a regular crossbow bolt, but there's no bolt in it.
Yep, it shoots.